Let me know. Seems like everything's working okay. We just ran the first at Gulfstream. We took the 7, I believe was the favorite, did prevail there. Make sure I get my volume down here. Let's see. Yeah, I can see myself. All right. Okay, we are rolling. Please hit the like, subscribe buttons. Good morning, Jeff Perry. It's Jeff Perry in the chat. First commenter. Gets the first comment award on the Saturday. That's a trophy. And all right. Turn that off. Let's see. I kind of looked at that first race. I kind of like the 9. He got second, so it doesn't really help. Where are we? We got Laurel second race. Oh my God, they are a mess at Laurel. That is really wet, swampy, swamp ass at Laurel. And then Laurel in 1 minute, and then Tampa second race in 17 minutes. I don't know if you guys are watching the Olympics or not. Norway is dominating. I don't know if that was. I didn't see like the odds at the beginning of the Olympics, like who was the favorites and stuff. It seems like a little bit of a surprise that Norway would dominate that much. If you got basketball picks, college basketball picks, go ahead and post them. I'm going to mostly concentrate on Gulfstream, Oaklawn, Tampa, and Aqueduct. Those 4. I'm not going to do too much Laurel, I don't believe, and I'm not going to do too much Fairgrounds. It's just that nothing against them. It's just not a strength of mine, those tracks. But the main 4, Tampa, Aqueduct, Oaklawn, and Gulfstream, are my stronger tracks. So I'll stick to those. That's probably plenty enough racing to keep us busy. I was kind of taking a look and seeing what the track conditions are for these tracks for around the country. Looks like Tampa's fast and firm. Gulfstream, I saw the first race. That looked fast and firm also there. Aqueduct is muddy. Let's see how bad this mud is. Yeah, that's certainly muddy. Yeah, you see that now. Muddy. Let's change that. All right, what else do we got track wise? Oaklawn, they're not saying yet. Um, they might be off. They might be wet track at Oaklawn. I don't know because usually they'll post up fast if they haven't got anything. So I'm not sure what that condition is going to be at Oaklawn. Let's see, what else do we have beyond Oaklawn? Fairgrounds, listed fast there. Listed fast at Fairgrounds. Good morning, Lightning Strikes 26. Tampa, like I said, it's going to be the next race that we're going to look at. As soon as I get caught up here, downloading and stuff that I haven't done, we'll get on over there. Got college basketball. Like 6 minutes ago in the half, Florida's up 27-18 over Ole Miss. Tampa. I should turn my sound over here. Morning, Don. Still morning here. Probably afternoon. Most of the chatters are on the East Coast, Midwest. It's probably afternoon or late morning. Don. Yeah, that's what we're shooting for, Don. We're gonna get some prize horses. That's what I'm here for. Catch some bombs. If you've been following the show, at least when I'm on here, I tend to have my best scores like in the second half of the show. Like, so I come on at 12:30 Eastern, generally, more or less. I came on a little early today, but and then I'll be on here for 3 hours generally. So like the last hour and a half or hour is usually I'm going to get more prices. It makes sense because there's more racing then, and there's more quality racing then. I've always said Oaklawn is probably one of my favorite tracks, and that doesn't start until when does it start? Doesn't start for another hour. Oh yeah, at yeah, about an hour away from the first at Oaklawn. I do okay at New York. It's just that Oaklawn has, I mean, Aqueduct hasn't had very much in the field size. It's just some small fields, at least in the last 2 months. They've had a lot of cancellations too. But do you think with cancellations it would help like the field size? But it seems like there's been a lot of the trainers just leaving New York and going either Florida, Tampa, Oaklawn maybe. You know, so Aqueduct's really been hurting field size. But anyway, back to Tampa. This race here, this second race. It doesn't. It looks pretty chalky on the surface, at least. The one, it's got a little bit of a price. The four looks pretty legit at 6-5. As a matter of fact, I think the four probably is going to go under even money at post time. That's kind of where I see it. So if I was going to pick three horses in here, it would be the three favorites. Unfortunately, it'd be the 1, 4, and 5. I don't really see value. Certainly not on the 7 or 8. I didn't like them at all. I mean, I had them handicapped at 75 to 1 on the 7, and the 8 I had handicapped at 250 to 1. So I didn't see much there. The 2 I didn't really see too much on the upside. I had him handicapped 150 to 1. The 3 had it handicapped at 50 to 1, and he's 9. So probably a pass on this race. Um, I was handicapping it earlier this morning. I got up early. I was looking at the 5. I thought maybe the 5 here might be a price, but maybe he's an option. I did like the 1 some. Like I said, the 4 looks like even money-ish, 6 to 5 probably. I guess if I was going to take it, but the 4's not a world beater, but he does look like the best horse in this field. So I either go 1-5-4 or 1-4-5, something like that. Tampa 2 in 2 minutes, and then we got Gulfstream second after that. I think I talked about Tampa enough, the second race. Again, I'm on the 1-4-5 here. 1-4-5 Tampa. Gulfstream. All right. So the second race at Gulfstream, I definitely like the 2 Pom Pom. I do like that one for sure. Excuse me. This is IRAD. Still think there's value, even though IRAD's getting over bet. Six. Six isn't too bad. It's a little over bet. I thought even should be closer to 5-1 instead of 7-2. I'm gonna stick with Pom Pom. The three's certainly contender, the favorite, the Affluenza. I'm gonna have to get some water. I'm choking over here. Let's see the 5. Like I said, I took a look at, but I didn't really care for. So I'm just gonna stick to a straight bet, win bet on the 2. I'll be right back. All right. See who won at Tampa? I didn't see it. Oh, the two? Oh my God, it's a bomb. That is a bomb. I did not call that. I kind of thought it was chalk. Two horse, huh? 45 to 1. You know, if you had that. Yeah, I did. Exactly, Lightning. Hope somebody had that. It's right. What, the 7 got in there? One thing I'll say is I really dislike the 7 and 8 in there. The 2 looked pretty bad, but not as bad as the 7 and 8. It was the typical Tampa race. You got like a couple like decent looking horses, and then you got some horses like what? I can't even believe these horses are racing still. And that was kind of one of them, the 2. Like he hasn't shown anything, and I really didn't even see the upside in it, but I did not see that one. It was a 2 here, huh? I mean, the only thing I say in hindsight, he had second in pedigree, you know. But I, like I said, I didn't like it overall. All right, they're loading at Gulfstream. I took the 2 here, Pom Pom. I did like that one. Pom Pom. All right. They're loading at Gulfstream. Before it's got little issues with loading. All right, we're off at Gulfstream, race 2. The favorite won the first race, and the favorite is leading in the second race. The 3 is definitely running well. The 6 is trying to make a little move at least. That's the second favorite. So the 6 is trying to make a race of this. The three might be done. The 8 is gone by with the 6. Now we got a new shooter here, a bomb, the 7, making a big run on the outside at 35 to 1. He's making a big run at the 6. The 6 is going to win, or at least finish first. He came out and came across the 7. I'm not sure if the 7 would have got by or not. But definitely they're going to look at that. Good morning, James Slay. No. Ooh, we almost clipped heels. That's a little dangerous. But I don't want to say too much because when you look at the head on, you get a different perspective. So I don't know if the 7 was coming in at all. It didn't look like it. It looked like the 6 came out in front of him. But I'm not going to say a lot until I see the head on. We got Aqueduct in 13 minutes, but we'll stay right here on Gulfstream and see what they do. I can imagine they're not going to take a look at it. The finishing order was 6, 7, 8. The horse I like, Pom Pom, never really fired. He was saving ground. I didn't really see anything. He got in trouble or anything like that on his trip. He just came up empty. He was running a kind of mid pack on the rail in the turn, and then never showed anything after that. Now they got the inquiry objection light up. I think they just do that for all of them, even though there might not be an objection. You used to kind of be able to tell if it was an inquiry, it was much more serious and a chance that they would take a horse down rather than an objection. I can remember a long time, it was like an objection. I think I saw one in about maybe 1,000 that they made a change on an objection. On an inquiry, though, I got much higher percentage of the judges making a change. Okay, they're showing the head on here now. Finally, yeah, the 6 does come out. The 7 never really came in until after the 6 came across. I don't know if it helps you guys or not, if they make a change or not. I don't have a dog in the fight. My horse Pom Pom never ran at all, really. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. No contact, but definitely cut in front of this guy. He came out a long ways too. I know that's part of what they look at. Like if he just kind of came out maybe a width, a lane or two, then that would be one thing. But he came out like five lanes, 5 widths of a horse. And it comes all the way across. 7 had to kind of check. I think the 6 would have won. Now that I'm looking at it, 7 was up there. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of okay either way on this one. They should definitely find the jockey on the 6. That was dangerous. You got to have control of your horse. That was Micah Husbands. He should probably get a fine for sure, maybe a week vacation. Oh, it's official now, which I'm okay with. I really didn't have a problem because I don't think this. I think 6 was probably going to win either way, but it's unnecessarily dangerous for the 6 to come out. All right, Laurel third is coming. They are gone, actually off. I'm not really gonna follow Laurel today, especially particularly it's just swampy there. We got Aqueduct. I see we have a 1-5 shot on the 6 horse. The 6 horse last man standing is 1-5 at the moment. Six. Mm. Aqueduct. I could see the one Airborne Elite look decent. Blinkers off. The horse improves with blinkers off here. The 2 I have a little interest in also. I do think the 6 is at 1-4 or 1-5, whatever. It's a little bit crazy. Not saying he's not the likeliest winner. I'm just saying that he's probably overbet. I didn't think the 3 had any chance, really, particularly. They had him 100-1. 2 maybe. I like the 1. I like the 1 for sure. I like the 5 a little bit. So maybe go 1-5-2 here. Maybe play against his favorite. You get 6 minutes to the first at Aqueduct. All right. We got some good matchups today in college basketball. Let's see. We got Florida up on Ole Miss 43-32 at the half. I was watching a little bit of St. John's Creighton. St. John's is up on them. Creighton's having a disappointing year, for sure. They usually have a very good team. Kansas and Cincinnati just started. Syracuse and North Carolina just started. I'm gonna follow that game. Syracuse and North Carolina. Syracuse has had a disappointing season overall, but it seems to be playing a little better now. But we'll see how that shakes out. Uh, we got the big matchup, Houston and Arizona Arizona's getting 6.5. That's interesting. So you got the number 2 in the country versus number 4 in the country. That's a giant matchup. That goes off at 3 o'clock Eastern. And again, that's in Houston. So that is a must-see TV. And then you got later on at 6:30 Eastern, you got Michigan against Duke. That's at Cameron. No, it's not at Cameron. That is at Capital One Arena. That's probably where the Wizards play. I'm thinking. I don't know that for a fact. That'll be a good one. The Dukies. I don't like. I don't. I think both those teams are a little overrated, honestly. Uh, I don't. I don't. Well, I said this before. I thought Michigan was a little overrated. They do blow out some teams. I get it, and then they have some sort of blowout wins. The one that really sticks in my head is the Gonzaga one. That was surprising, but they do win. And they only lost one game, so I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm just not sold that they're number one. Excuse me. um, yeah, those are two big matchups. You got a 2 against a 4, and then a 1 against a 3 in college basketball. So two giant games today. Let's get back to Aqueduct first. And then we're going to have Tampa race 3 after that. It says post time at Aqueduct, first race. And take the 1-4-5 here. At Aqueduct, exacta box. It wasn't as sold on the 6 as everybody else, or at least the public. then we'll jump over to Tampa after they run this race at Aqueduct, and they're loading at Aqueduct. The Syracuse up 10-7 with 14:26 to go in the first half. It's really early. We're playing this in Syracuse, New York. And they are off at Aqueduct. 5 busted out on the lead. The 6 is about a length back in second. Then you got the 4 about a length back, and then a big gap back to the 2. The favorite, the 6, has taken over the lead in deep stretch. The 4 is actually making a run at him, Panagaitis, but not going to get there. The 6 is going to win by about 2 lengths, and then back to 4. Then I believe the 5 got third. All right. Well, favorites do win, obviously. I said it. He's probably the likeliest winner. I decided to send like the price. It seemed smart bet. Anyways, let's look at the third race at Tampa. I did like the 2 a little bit. I heard something. I like the 6 a little bit. So I like the 2, the 6. Definitely like the 7. Probably like the 7 the best, actually. So let's go 7. I'm confusing myself. The 7, 7, 2, 726. Sorry, 726. 726 at Tampa race 3. Tampa surprises us all in the second race. All right, we are off at Tampa, race 3. And we got a couple minutes until Gulfstream. Gulfstream race 3 is coming up. And brings up Oaklawn in about 10 minutes. We got a stretch battle between the 6 and the 4. And they're out there about 5 lengths ahead of the third. Although the 7 is making a big move now, trying to close up the distance. And the 4 looks like he's ahead. The 6 is going back and forth. I can't call that. That was too close. 6-4, I think, but I wouldn't. Like 51 to 49%, I would say the 6 over the 4, but almost no confidence there. That is a head bobber between the 6 and 4 at Tampa. All right, let's take a look at Gulfstream race 3. Go ahead and post up your picks. I certainly like the 1, Sound of the Beast. That's not a big price, 5-2, but I think worth a bet. The 6 is the favorite. Looks fairly legit. I mean, this is a race I would not touch with an 8-foot pole. It's the 2 favorites. The 6 and the 1 look like standouts. If you got a different opinion, let me know. Go ahead and post it up. But I am a hard pass on this race, Gulfstream Race 3. It looks like the two chalks, the 1 and the 6. And let's see who ended up getting the victory at Tampa Race 3. The 4. The 4 ended up winning. That was too close to call, really. 4, 6, 7 at Tampa. You had the favorite win, the third favorite coming second, and then the second favorite got in third. So pretty formful at Tampa Race 3. It takes over to Gulfstream, which I didn't bother with. And scratches are in at Santa Anita. Doing better getting those out earlier, which is nice. I'll call Gulfstream Race 3. 7-horse field, going 6.5 furlongs, claiming race 62.5. First at 24,000, 4-year-olds and up. Still kind of old, hard knocking horses here. Quite a bit of racing experience among this group. And they're off at Gulfstream. The 6 is bounced out to the lead. The 1 is in second, about a length and a half back from the 6, and kind of being hustled up on the rail. 6 has come up alongside this. The 1 has come up alongside the 6 as they go down the backstretch at Gulfstream. 6 and 1 are back and forth. 6 has got the slight edge on them on the 1. Another 2 lengths back to the 5 in third, and then the 2 for all right. And let's see what's going on here. The 6 is the lead. The 5 is now coming into the picture into third, and 5's going to try to snatch second away from the 1. It looks like 6, 1, 5. That's your final at Gulfstream Race 3. 6, 1, 5. Then we got Oaklawn coming up in 5 minutes. Let's take a look at that. Um, 3 definitely looks like the horse to beat here. The favorite, Farrell. I'm not sure if that's worth a bet, but I do believe that my horse got the best chance to win here. I think the 7 is also got a shot. Halo Music. If I go 3-7 here at first at Aqueduct, not Aqueduct, Oaklawn. Laurel is going off. Oaklawn, a couple minutes. And then Aqueduct in 13 minutes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a lot here at Oaklawn first. I've been a slow start. I haven't really seen a lot that I really love at any of these tracks yet. In the first hour. I'm going to grab some water. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Looks like the 4 took the first race at Oaklawn. Let me fix this a little bit. All right. 4th, special ops. We got Fairgrounds popping off in 10 minutes. Aqueduct in 5. And then Tampa in 12. Then go to second race. This small field too. Which has been a theme at Aqueduct for the last 3 or 4 months. I like the 3 a little bit. Math tutor. You could definitely see that one. And the 1, the favorite, looks okay. It's like a 3-1 at Aqueduct race 2. Kind of smaller bet there. Math tutor. Let's take a look. Math tutor. A lot of these look pretty similar. This is it's a 6-horse field, but it wouldn't surprise me if any of them won, really. The two would be a little bit of a surprise. But after that, kind of a little bit of shades of gray here. Like I said, Matt Tudor's probably the way to go. That's the 3. The 1. One's awful short priced. 6-5, a little bit hard to swallow in here. But I think it's between those two, the 4 and the 1. You got the first at Fairgrounds coming up in 5 minutes. Take a quick look at that. The odds board. I did a little interest in the 4 Insta Speed. 4-horse Erica Murray up. The 5, the favorite, looks fairly legit. So I think the 4 is the price play or value play, however you want to say it. I think he's got a better chance to win than 8-1. It's what currently at Insta Speed. Insta Speed. It's been working well. Class level is pretty good for compared to the field. Pedigree numbers solid enough. For Insta Speed. Got a jockey change on the 4 from last time out. Rode Sophia Vives. Got bumped. I should know probably what BTW means, but I'm not. Oh, between. Okay. So bump between split rivals. That's comments from the last time out. It's been two out of the last 5 races. The horse has been bad out of the gate, hopped, and then was reluctant to get out of the gate. It's got some issues with that. That's not good because those are self-caused. The horse got some ability, just has some talent, might have some mental issues in racing. Just doesn't like to. So it's a little bit scared or everything. But again, you're getting 8-1 on that horse, the 4-horse there. I think it's probably worth that. As a rule, I don't really like horses that make their own trouble. They get enough trouble as it is, getting blocked and whatnot. The 1 at Fairgrounds is a triple drop in class. Okay. Something's wrong with their odds board. They're not showing odds at Fairgrounds. But it looks like the 1 horse is 10 now. The odds are back to it's back to 10-1. Yeah, I don't hate that horse, John. And it does have a little speed when runs good. They put the blinkers on, which is kind of to me, it's a little bit of a desperation. To me, they're almost saying like we don't know really what to do, so let's try the blinkers. Most time blinkers don't work out, honestly, because it kind of disorientates the horse. It's just trying to try something, I guess, something different. But you got a good price there. I'm not gonna talk you off of it. The horse I like's got its own problems. Doesn't like to break out of the gate. That's a major problem. But the 4 has some talent. The 1 may have some talent. The 1 has got some speed. But I think they're trying to get more speed out of the one by putting blinkers on. The two is off. Two scratched. Two scratched. Aubrey. All right. So my kind of half-ass pick is the 4 at Fairgrounds. Not a huge endorsement. The 1 prevailed. The favorite at Aqueduct Race 2 came in 1-4-3. Aqueduct Race 2. We got Tampa Race 4 coming up in 2 minutes. It says. Yeah, now that I kind of was thinking about the one horse you were talking about there, John. I mean, they're dropping that horse obviously in class. They're going to try blinkers here. It's the writing's on the wall there. Like this horse got to do something here, or we're trying to wash our hands of him. Obviously, things have not gone the way that they probably envisioned for that horse. So drop them and try a new equipment change. Okay, so let me take a look at Tampa a little closer. And I'll call the finish of the Fairgrounds race. But I'm trying to break down Tampa real quick. I did look at it overnight. I do like the 3, free charging. I like the works in that one. I think that's about all I liked at Tampa. Was the 3 free charging with Alex Gonzalez. And Tampa's there, pretty much ready to go. 2 minutes to post. I'll take a look at that. And they are off at Fairgrounds, evidently. All right, we're running at Fairgrounds. It's the 7 and the 6 out on the lead. Here comes the 1. He's making a move now. He's going to wide. Why? And then the 1 has still got momentum moving up. The 5, Louisiana Woman, the favor, is taking over the lead. And still fighting with the 7. There's a 5, 7, 6 is your final at Fairgrounds. Again, 576 at the opener at the Fairgrounds. They are behind the gate at Tampa, race 4. Uh, Gulfstream, I like the 5, St. Cloud. 5, St. Cloud with Jorge Ruiz. Do like him. I think he's got a fighter's chance in here, or puncher's chance. Say that wrong. I like him. I think he's worth a decent bet. The 5, St. Cloud. Take a look at him. I think you should include him in your action. I'd also include the 7, and I also would include the 8. Also, I'm gonna put a little straight money on both of those, but El Muhit, Last Run, and the 5, St. Cloud, I think are worth bets. And also, I will post up my exacta box there. Which would be 5, 7, 8. But they are not. They're not even starting to load it at Gulfstream yet. They're probably waiting for Tampa results. And Tampa's running. The 1 is leading 1-8. I'm sorry, 1-9-8 as they go into the turn. I can't tell if the 1 is getting tired or not. It's really hard to tell. Looks like he is getting tired. Looks like everyone's tired, really. The 8, the favorite, is taking over the lead, deep stretch. The 4 is still there fighting. Queen Diana. All right, I posted up my picks there for Gulfstream. It looks like they're giving it to the 4, Queen Diana at Tampa, the victory. And they're loading at Gulfstream. I did post up my exactly there, 5, 7, 8. All right, they're all in the gate at Gulfstream. Loaded up. After that, we will go over to Oaklawn second. Goes off in 7 minutes. And they're off at Gulfstream. The one got out of the gate well with the two. Like 1, 2 down the backstretch. 3's right there also with the 7. 7's in 4th. Still the 1 leads the way. Runs a point. 2 and 3 are pressing him. 7's trying to make up some ground and get in the picture. Pretty compact field, really. The horses coming from behind are not that far out, maybe 4 or 5 lengths. They got to pick it up now. We're in the stretch. The 2 is taking over the lead. The 7 is making a run, a little run on the outside. 3 is there in second. 7 is going to try to get second here. So they're coming 2-7-3. 2-7-3 at Gulfstream. That is Giant Price, Gonzaros Jr. Wow. All right, we got 4 minutes to Oaklawn. Second race. Let's take a look at that. Okay, Oaklawn. Oaklandia. We got a entry at the top here. I like the 1 entry a lot better than like the two entry, at least from the price standpoint. The 3 is the favorite from Mission. He's fairly legit favorite. 4 is kind of one of those horses I think I would take. It's got a little bit of price. He's 17-1. The 5, I don't really want a part of that. Short price. 6 horse, I'm definitely in on. The 7, I would be in on also. So I would kind of take maybe some prices here, other than the 3. The 3 is fairly legit. That's your chalk. The 4 is one of those close ones. I guess I would take. I would take the 6 for sure. I would take the 7. So for sure, I would take the 3, 6, 7. The 4, it's a maybe. So I'll post up my exacta here in the chat. Cut back on coffee. Try to get my better sleep, but try to get going in the morning. Yeah, they are loaded up at Oaklawn race too. On the Razor Sharp Network. We are off at Oaklawn race 2. 1, 2, and 5 and 1A have kind of bounced out. Big gap back to 5th place, which is the 3 horse, the favorite. One and 2 appear to be going pretty fast on the front. First quarter in 23.3 as they motor down the backstretch. At 1, 2, 5, 1A, that's your top 4. The 1 and 2 are out clear by about 3 lengths, and then a big gap back to the 5 and the 1A, and then back to the 3, another 2 lengths, and then back to the 3 horse. Oh no, not the 3, the 2B and 7. The 1's still in the lead, definitely slowing down. 5 is making up some ground and appears to be the one to beat at this point, the 5. But some other horses come in the picture now. The 3, the favorite, has come up alongside the 5. Well, not quite. The 3 never did get to. The 2 is making a big run on the rail, then taking over the lead and will win. I think it's 2-5. It looks like a 2-5 here. 5 looked all the winner, but might have made that move a little early. In hindsight. Two just had some late kick and then went by. Five is still moving okay, but the two, actually the two B, Tis Charming, really put in a strong late kick to win this race. Pretty sure the five held on for second. Yeah, it looks like that. Looks like 256 to me. And that's your story for Oaklawn Race 2. Hey, what's up, Rex? Rex, I was in Florida about 3 weeks ago. I love a Wawa. It's they have like a good little fast breakfast there. It was right next to the hotel we were at, Orlando. So went to Gulfstream for the Pegasus. That was fun. Florida, I've never seen so many police in my life. The whole drive from like Miami to Orlando, every mile, there's like 3 or 4 cops. It's crazy. In Vegas, you might go a month and not see a cop. Unless you're on the strip, but like off the strip. All right. Yeah, Wawa, yeah. They don't really have like a Wawa. I mean, anything like really similar to that. I mean, I imagine some Wawas are better than other Wawas. All right, Aqueduct, race 3. I'm gonna take a look at it. I kind of like the 2 a little bit for Zante. Blinkers off on that one. It's also blinkers off on the 3. Commuted. They're both short price though. For Zante, well, for Zante's 5-1. But that may be actually where the better value is on the 2. The 3 is 8-5. That's that's a little bit short, not bad. Commute is definitely a strong contender in here. So I wouldn't necessarily talk you off the 3, but not too crazy about it. But I think the bet here is the 2, Frizzante. I'll take some of him. That's a good bet, I think. 5-1. Well, he's 9-2, which doesn't surprise me. I think he'll come down actually closer to 7-2. We'll see. So let's go 2-3 Aqueduct. Aries 3. Not big prices, but I think, like I said, I think there's some value there on the 2 and maybe the 3. There's old Rex. Johnson. Yeah, getting close to the gate at Aqueduct. Fairgrounds second is coming up in 4 minutes. Take a look at it real quick while we're waiting for Aqueduct to load. Let's see. The 3-horse doesn't look like a terrible bet. 7-1 at the moment. Midnight Halo. Um, that one I think probably worth a bet. The favorite, Mr. Ronnie, looks okay at that price. Beyond that, I don't really see too much. I'd go 3-6 at Fairgrounds. It's kind of a smaller field here. I believe, see, 6 horses in here. So I go 3-6 at the Fairgrounds, exacta box. Midnight Halo and Mr. Ronnie. And a win bet on Midnight Halo. try to post that here in the chat, and I'll try to get back to Aqueduct. Let's call Aqueduct because Aqueduct is now off. 3 is showing the way. The 2 is in running in second. Let's see if we get this 2 up. Come on. Come on, Frizzante. Can we run down the 3, please? Just a one time. One time. No? 3's too tough, evidently. So it's going to be a 3-2 final. It was a 2-horse out of tempo. The Florida track's been kind of carrying us as far as quality of racing, or at least the field size. Aqueduct's been really short. Yeah, like I said, I think the third time I said this, I hate to repeat myself. They have been just really struggling with field size. Well, they're getting close to the gate at Fairgrounds. Take a look at Tampa. We have a couple minutes there. I like the 3. Dixie on fire. Here's another blinkers off. That's kind of been a theme today. Razor Sharp works on him. Nice work pattern also on the 3. So it looks like it's going to be improved effort out of the 3-horse. The Sunny Leon. Take that one. I also like the 4 a lot. Royal Merit. 4-1. Not a giant prize, but I think worth a wager for sure. With Sammy Camacho. The 5 interesting. I do have some little bit of interest in him. El Paco. Big price. I'm going to make a small bet on him just to cover him. I think he's dangerous here. I'll play an exacta box here. Tampa with 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 exacta box at Tampa, race 5. All right, we are in the stretch at Fairgrounds, second race. The 3 has the lead. Midnight Halo, Mr. Ronnie, the favor is coming up alongside. Then there's another horse on the rail, the 5. It might be going better than all of them. Although it's going to be a really close finish between the 5 and the 3. 5, Saucy Argument, and Midnight Halo. If I had to guess, I would say maybe the 5 got it. It's a 5-3, 5-3-6 final at Fairgrounds race 2. That's what it looked like. come back to that. They are loading at Tampa, race 5. Tampa, race 5. Then that takes us to Gulfstream. Gulfstream, race 5. Gulfstream, well, they're off of Tampa, but at Gulfstream, I do like the 2 for sure, Musical Power. I do like that one, 11-1. I like the 2. I like the 4 also, Tiger Eye Pearl. I like the 7 some also. I like a lot. I like a lot of these long shots here at Gulfstream. Cherry Cherry Lady. Probably saying that wrong. Yeah, they finaled at Tampa, but I'm just trying to get a little bit more action here. I like the 10 also. God, I like a lot of these long shots at Gulfstream. They're still circling behind the gate, so we got a minute there. I don't know if I've seen a race where I didn't like it. The favorites, I just don't like at all. This seems like a decent betting race. I will post up my exacta box. I did take these horses to win also the 2, 4, 7, 10, 2, 4, 7, 10 at Gulfstream, and like I said, I will post up my exacta box here. I normally don't play a 4-horse box. That's a little bit. What's a lot bit negative EV, but in this case, I got over 10-1 on all of them. I think that's the exception to the rule. 2 4s. 2 4 7 10. 2 4 7 10. 2 4 7 10. All right. So didn't like that. What the heck? Let's see. Didn't like that. Oh. Okay, here we go. All right. I posted it. Highlighted it. Now let's win it. Or cash it. The Razor Sharp Network. RazorSharpPicks Network. Okay, came in 248 at Tampa race 5. 248 at Tampa race 5. Dang. And another second. Got a lot of seconds and prices. So, yeah. You're off at Gulfstream. Got Laurel race 6. I think that's just 7 horses in there, so need to worry about that. And then we got Oaklawn coming up. All right, we get a little bit more action now. 11's leading the way at Gulfstream. Ooh, 11's killing them now. Yeah, kind of chalked out. Here. We get the 11 and I think it was the 8. I think it was 11-8 at Gulfstream race 5. I think that was a good race to take some prizes. It didn't work out. Um, 11. Just Buddha. Excuse me. So let's take a look at Oaklawn, race 3. Look at a beautiful day there, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hmm. I kind of like the 4 a little bit. Stephanie Starfish. The 4 at Oaklawn race 4. You definitely see the upside in that horse. Stephanie Starfish. I also see kind of the 3. Don't hate the 3. He's got some speed and nice pedigree. Not for everyone. Um, 5, interesting. I think it would include the 5 in exactas, um, trifectas, superfectas, stuff like that. Kokomo Starlight, or definitely it's got that look of a long shot here. Is outrun his or her odds. The 8's kind of in that same boat too. Maximum Excel. The 10, that was one I was kind of looking at, but it's 5-1 at the moment, but it's projected off at 5-2, and I think it's probably going to end up around there anyway. So we got a couple minutes here at Oaklawn, race 3. So I did a win bets here on the 3, 4, 5, 8. They're all prices above, I think, 15-1, really. All right, I posted up an exact. I did take these horses to win also, so the 3. Well, the 3's not a big price, not for everyone, but all the other ones are. 4's at 18, the 5's at 16, and the 8 is at 11-1. So if we can hit this, I think we'll make some money. We'll definitely make some money, actually, especially if we can get the 3 not winning. It really help our cause. We got Aqueduct coming up in 8 minutes. after this goes. I will call this race. Hey, Fat Wally. Fat Wally is on at Oaklawn race 3. He's on the exacta key with the 210 over the 25810, and then a try box 25810. All right, good luck, Wally. And the 5 bounced out. That's good. It's one of our horses. Always good to get a good start. Four has come up to the inside. We have actually both those horses. They're both prize horses. We get the 4 and the 5. Then the 3 horse back in third, and then the 10. Looks like the 5's already slipping away though. But the 4 has made a nice move to the lead and has opened up 3 or 4 lengths here on the field as they straighten up in the stretch. Let's go, 4. Come on, 4. Come on, 4. The 2 is now making a big run. The 3's still making a run. I'd rather add a 3. We can cash our exacta, or my exacta. 4-3. 4-3 is how we're going to get it. So that's not bad. Stephanie Starfish. That was my original one I liked. Didn't have an exacta, so we hit the exacta. 11-1 over 3-1. Cash it on the Razor Sports Picks Network. RSPN. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. So yeah, let's rock and roll. Rock and roll. Shout out to the peeps, ladies and gentlemen, and our assorted range of crazy people. We have some crazy people in our chat sometimes. So I love them too. I love all our chatters. Thanks, Wally. Stephanie Starfish. We talked about this jockey in past weeks. It's Joseph Ballmer. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but been around for a while. I didn't really know the name, but he wins races, and I noticed that he's rarely on short prices. So. All right, let's move on over to Aqueduct. 4th race. Take a look, see there. What's happening? And the beat goes on. I wish I could play some music. YouTube is so restrictive. You know, you can't play music, you can't do this, you can't put the videos, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I like the one here, confabulation. Just like the words here. I love that word. I think we're going to get an improved effort here out of the one. Confabulation. The jockey's last name is Coca Kaya, I believe. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Coca Kaya. So that is the one that I do like. The 3 doesn't look horrible as the favorite, but I wouldn't really include him. I think he's overbet. Whiskey and Soda to me is a play against. I mean, he's not, like I said, he's not terrible, but I wouldn't take him. Wouldn't get any of my money. I do like the 6 though. Hours in a day. So I'll go 1-6 here. 1-6 at Aqueduct, and I will box him. And I've already played the 1 to win. I will post my exact bet in the chat. 1-6 Aqueduct race 4. It's Angela D'Angelo. Is that no, that can't be the name. No, it's D'Angelo. I know the name for the trainer. Okay, Wally. I see Wally's got Fairgrounds race 3. Exacta box 247. Post that, and then I'll post up my exacta box. So just 2 horses there at Aqueduct, the big A. Kind of their Aqueduct farewell tour, I guess, from what I hear. This is by the time this time next year, I think they'll be wrapping it up. And then they'll be opening Belmont. That'll be, I guess, a year-round facility. Other than, well, it'll be year-round, I guess, but because they'll have Saratoga live. And let's take a little look at Fairgrounds. Fairgrounds is not a strong track for me. I love Fairgrounds. I went there in October. Loved it. But food is great. I like the 4 at Fairgrounds. I like the 1 some. They go 4-1. 4-1. I'm not hot on this 8 at all. Seems like whenever I say that, the 8's it's like a sure thing, but let's go 4-1 there. Won't stop me from trying. The 4 and the 1 can't stop me. Won't stop me. I will post up this exact at Fairgrounds in the chat. If you want to play it, win bets on these, you got some price there, so I think it's worthwhile. Boom. Let's get on back to Aqueduct, see if we started there. We got, we're running up on Tampa too. I'll try to call Aqueduct, but I'm also gonna take a long look at this race at Tampa. That bigger field. I'm gonna say this is probably the biggest field we've had this Saturday today. The sixth race at Tampa. Tampa reminds me a lot of Mountaineer, just for the fact you get horses that have failed. A lot of them failed at other places, or they have kind of faded from their former glory. You got like has-beens and never had it from these other tracks, which sounds kind of shitty, but that's kind of accurate, I think. I like 11 here at Tampa, race 11. Hotter than them. I also like the 9 a little bit, so I'm going to go 11 and then a little bit on the 9. Excuse me, that cough won't stop. Tampa race 6, let's go. I like the 11. On the outside, it's got a tough post, but we shall overcome. This horse, the 11 horse, is definitely liking turf better, or will like it. Not sure which, because it doesn't tell me. But according to the pedigree, this is its preferred surface. All right, Aqueduct came in 3-4 at Aqueduct. They're running at Fairgrounds at the moment. We're coming up on Gulfstream also. Gulfstream's got 4 minutes to post. Hopefully they'll slow down a little bit. We're kind of bunching up these races now. Because this Gulfstream race is got some little meat on the bones. Bigger field. Let's take a look. They usually do pretty well at Gulfstream, but today they fooled me because every time I think there's a wide open race and it just chalks out. So, but I do like the 1 here. I like the 1 Windflower. I like them quite a bit. The 2 I do like also. I like the 1 and the 2. I like the 1 better than the 2, but I still like them. Take some of that. Buy some of the 1 and some of the 2. 3 I like a lot also. But that's an angle that's always good. I don't have time to explain it at the moment, but I'll come back to it. I can tell it's near lunchtime. My son's getting into the refrigerator. I do like the 6 some. I do like the 6. I like the 6 and the 2 about equally, and I like the 1 better than both of them. It's a good bet in the race, I think. But every time I say that, it just, anyways. But we'll hit one. We will hit another one. We hit a nice one at Oaklawn. Kind of balanced the books for us today. So hopefully we can keep that momentum. They are loaded up at Tampa. And I will post up my exacta at Gulfstream. I'm on the 1, 2, 3, 6. I don't think I've bet this many 4-horse boxes in ever in a day. But I'm taking all long shots. I mean, at least that's my story. It's not really my normal plan of attack. But again, 1, 2, 3, 6 at Gulfstream. 1, 2, 3, 6. Gulfstream. Kinda. Oh boy, what did I do that for? Did that again. Okay. Let's go here. Post it up. My picks or my exacta box. All right, we are entering the far turn at Tampa. We'll try to call it. I should be able to call it. I think we got time at Gulfstream. It's a battle between the 1 and 8. 8 is thirsted. The 1 came back. That's the favorite. Oh, and 8's fighting again. So it's good, but it's going to come in ultimately 1-8. 1-8 at Tampa race 6. Favorite does prevail there, unfortunately. I was looking for the 11. I was looking for the 11. I got to get back to Fairgrounds. I wanted to see who, or did we already call that one? It came in 2-8 at Fairgrounds. I was on the 1 and 4, so I missed out there. But again, I preface, I said Fairgrounds is not my strong track. Not a strong track for me. And Laurel is my 2 worst tracks. I think are Fairgrounds and Laurel. Laurel worse, but that's why I don't really try to really give out too much advice on those. Oaklawn's strongest. Gulfstream is good. Aqueduct is usually good, but See, Aqueduct hasn't. I really have any field size too much. We're loaded up at Gulfstream. And we are off at Gulfstream. All right. Well, I posted up my picks there at Gulfstream. It did spread out. Excuse me. The one has got out. Shout out to the lead. Running a suicidal pace, I think, 22.25. That is super duper fast for a mile and a 16th on the Gulfstream turf course. That's smoking hot. As a matter of fact, we have the one. I don't know what this jockey's thinking. The 6 is actually going quite fast too, in second, but looks like it's going to overtake the 1. I think the 1's about done, but we'll see. I mean, I hope not, because we do have the 1. Right now, it's the 1-6, and then a little like a length gap back to third place, the 9 and the 5. The 1's still there, and we're coming up on the wire. Come on, 6. Hold on for a second. Give me a 1-6. Give me a 1-6. Who's gonna hold on? 6. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I don't know. Looks like the 2. We had the 2 also. The 2 got him, I think, for second. So the 1 takes him wire to wire at a suicidal pace. Oh my God, what the hell do I know? That went way too fast. That might be the fastest, well, outside like a Breeders' Cup. Yeah, that 1 ran super fast early, 22.25, and then hung on. So I had good numbers there. Which I did not, 1-6, yeah, we got that. We do have that. If right on, Gilly in the chat, nice. Gilly in the house. Yeah, 1. So Gilly says 1-6. I think it was 1-2. I don't know. Either way, we got it. If you'd have played the 4-horse tri-box, you had that too, and that cash. 1-2. So they're posted 1-2-6. Yeah, 1-2. 1-2. Buckle my shoe. Let's go. Cash that. Cash that. So that'll work. I kind of called it. Like I said, like the first half of these shows are really slow. You know, it doesn't really pick up until the last hour and a half or hour. So, not making excuses, just kind of like where the better racing is generally. Like that was the best. Like the Tampa race was good field. It just didn't work out. It was chalked out, but which happens. You know, you're gonna have your share of short prices win. But we Oaklawn race 4 is coming. I like the 2 a lot. Hawks Creek. I am on Hawks Creek. Stretch out. Got some speed. We're going 2 turns at the short stretch of the mile at Oakwood. It's got a nice work pattern, stretching out. Got good fractions, like it's going to be up near the lead. This is a maiden claimer, and that always moves everything up because maiden claimer is one of the strongest, is the strongest category of the 4 categories. You got allowance stakes, you got maiden claimers, maiden special weights, and maiden claimers, maiden specials. You got claiming races and allowance stakes. So those are the 4 categories that basically you have. But anyways, start picking horses here. So I'm on the 2. I like the 1 also. I like the 5 a lot too. I like the 5, black, white, and gold. Yeah, for sure. Belmont's the behemoth, Gigantor. I'm not sure if I think the capacity is going to be less now at Belmont after they're done with the renovations. But all right, I am trying to put together my exacta here. Right now, I'm keying the 2 on top of the 1 and the 5. I'm just kind of going through this feel. I'm not. Oh my god, my throat. 7. I'm not crazy about the 7 at that 6 to 5 price. I like the 8 some. I'm gonna throw him in. I might cover some of these bombers here, like the 8, to win also. The 11's kind of iffy for me, but if you like him, I wouldn't talk you off of him. But I'm not so certain I'm going to throw him in. My exacta. I am posting up my exacta right now. That's up. Post that. Um, and I'm gonna throw in the 8. I'm gonna put some straight money on the 8 to win. It's too juicy of a price, 40 to 1, not to. I mean, I had that horse handicap and closer to 20, and you're getting 40. So that's kind of the crux of what we're kind of looking for here. Looking for horses or any vet that's got a better chance to win than their odds. And I will be right back. I'm not going to call this race. I got to get some water. Run to the restroom real quick. I will be back in a little bit. Back. All right, we're back. Take a little break. Got some food. Ready. Take a look at Aqueduct 5th coming up on post time. Coming up on post time. Let's see here. Aqueduct 5th. I don't know. I don't really see. Maybe the 6. Yeah, I think the 6 is probably make a bet there. Probably act with Chad Brown, Manny Franco. If I would, I would play it pretty small. You know, it's pretty small on the 6 horse. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Black. That's what I would say how you say it, but that's the bet. I think that. Well, I'm in my second bet at Aqueduct today, I think. I haven't played a lot of Aqueduct. Arizona and Houston's popped off. Fairgrounds, the turf rates are still on the dirt track, so they haven't crossed over. So you got probably 3 or 4 minutes to that. 4th race. Got 2 minutes at Tampa. I need to take a look at that. Let's get on that. And then we got like 13 minutes, 12 minutes to the opener at the Great Race Place. Well, Tampa 7. Tampa 7. I'm glad they're dilly-dallying a little bit at Tampa because I'm not really ready for that one. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. It sounds. I kind of like this 10. He's 75 to 1. I do like him. I mean, at that price, obviously. Bull Looker got. I think you got to play him. You got to throw a couple bucks on him. Got pedigree. Because he's rounding, improving. I mean, you got this 6 horse. It looks like they're going to bet him down to 1 to 2. He's even money, but he looks like what I see. They're going to bet the crap out of him. What in the heck? Oh, Cool Rags is another one. I think is worth a couple bucks. Long shot. Turn little money into big money if we can get the 9 or 10 to win there. But if you're thinking the 6 is you're going to get 4 to 5, I don't think you're going to get that. I think you're going to get 1 to 5. It's all said and done. Then we got Gulfstream 7th also, which is a smaller field, 7 horses. I think I'm going to pass that. I'm going to pass on Gulfstream 7th. I didn't see anything overnight, and I didn't really see anything of any consequence as far as value goes. Okay, so where are we now? So we're off at Fairgrounds and we're off at Aqueduct. Let's just call. I think Aqueduct's probably done. Aqueduct is done. It was the 3, 4, 5 at Aqueduct. The 8 to 5 favorite wins, but some prices underneath. And I will call Fairgrounds here. I got the 2, 5, 11 in the stretch. It looks like it's going to come down to the 2 and the 5, and the 2 will prevail. Red Road over Boitano at New Orleans Fairgrounds. Like I said, I am going to skip Gulfstream for this race, and then I'll try and call Tampa. But we got Santa Anita coming up too. I do want to take a look at. Then we're not too awful far from Oaklawn, 5th, I believe. Well, we got 14 minutes for that. 8 minutes to Santa Anita, so we got a little time coming up. They're off at Tampa, race 7. We're off at Tampa. The 4 horse got out to the lead. 5 is now taking over, so it's 5, 4, 7 as they enter the clubhouse turn, or the far turn, sorry. The 6, the 1 to 5 favorite, is in there. He's not too far out. He's a little bit of traffic. It looks like he does have run, but the 5 has still got the lead. 5, 8, and now the 6 horse, which is the 1 to 5 favorite, is taking over to 3rd place and is making up ground on the 5 and 8. The 5 and the 8 are fighting it out. The 6, 1 to 5 favorite, is struggling in 3rd. And that's how it's going to finish. 5, 8, I do believe. I'm sorry, 8, 5. Came in 8, 5. So 27 to 1 on top to a 12 to 1. To, looks like the 6 might have got 3rd. Kind of close, but he looked like he did get 3rd. So big price there. I was looking for a big price. I took the 10. They had a shot in there, but they did not fire. Come on. Okay, so we are looking at Santa Anita first race. We have a 7 horse field after the scratches. The 1 and the 7 both scratched at Santa Anita. We got 4 minutes to the first at Santa Anita. We take a look at it here. Kind of like the 3, dark blue. I think he's got a shot. The 8 horse, which I think is then going to be the favorite, Dark Omen, I think it is legit with the Sormo, or I like to call him Desinex. Yeah, Desinex on the 8. And then the other one I do like is the 9. So I like the 3, 8, 9 here. 3, 8, 9 at the opener at Santa Anita. And I think the 8 is probably going to win this race. Dark Omen. I think he's a deserved favorite, honestly. I will play an exact a key. I will key the 8 to the 3 and the 9. With dark blue and can't help myself. I will post that in the chat. That's posted. Thanks, John. Oh, I like your pick there. Yeah. Yeah, I think the 8's the one to beat here. Not a cinch or anything, but Big prices at Tampa. Dollar exacta pays $3.38. And then we got Oaklawn in 7 minutes, and that will end the show for me. The Oaklawn race 5. I'll call most of this race at Santa Anita. See if I can get some video here for Santa Anita again. We are off at Santa. Okay, got video again. The 3 is leading the way. We are already in a stretch here almost. We got a 3-8. Those are your top 2 as they enter the stretch here at Santa Anita. 3-8, 3-8, 3-8B. 4 horses kind of busting through here and gonna win. Before it, we got a nice little trip there. It's gonna be a 4-6, 6 rallied on the outside. Ventry Strand. The third beer, the actual favorite, beat out dark blue, the 3, and the 6 came up and snatched second away from the 3. So it came in 4-8. No, it came in 4-6. It came in 4-6. All right. It was looking good there for a little bit. Actually, most of the stretch, most of the race until the very end. Very end. All right, so Oaklawn, I'm going to make this kind of short and sweet here. I like the 2 engagement. That is my top pick there. And then kind of a distant second is the 7. What's the T? It's all right. I feel like the 2 engagement. Look at that guy. Francisco Arieta. Like him. And then a little bit on the 7. Like I said, that will do it for me for this week. Be back next week. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Again, I'm on the 2-horse at Oaklawn, race 5, engagement, and then got a smaller bet on the 7. I did exact the box, those 2 and 7. It's kind of chalky now that I look at it now. Like, I think it's the 2 favorites, which isn't normally what I want to do. But again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, Don Johnson, Fat Wally. Thanks for showing up. John Egan, thanks for coming in. Let's see, who else? Thanks for coming in, Axel. Thanks for coming in to, who else we have here? Had some other people earlier. I guess that's it. Oh, we had Gilly earlier. That's right, Gilly. And that'll do it. I'll be back next week. I will see you here on the Razor Sharp Picks Network. Have a great Saturday.